Hi everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into the financial world of Chatham Lodging Trust. Think of it as trying to understand your hotel bill, but on a corporate scale. Did they have a good quarter or are there some hidden charges? Let's find out. Their recent quarterly report is out and it's giving mixed signals. The good news, they sold some hotels and made a profit. The not so good news, they're carrying a fair bit of debt. We will go through these numbers to understand what they mean for investors. Before we get started, if you like having complex financial reports broken down, hit that subscribe button. Also, join our Discord channel, the link is in the description. First off, this report covers the first 3 months of 2025 ending in March. This is a Form 10Q, meaning it's a quarterly snapshot of the company's performance. Let's dive into the numbers. On their balance sheet, a key item is their investment in hotel properties. As of March 31, 2025, it's about 120 billion toners, which is down from nearly $1.2 billion at the end of 2024. This suggests they've sold off some assets which we already know from the report's overview. Now for the good stuff, revenue. Total revenue for the quarter was $68.6 million, slightly up from $68.4 million last year. That might seem like a win, but let's see where that revenue came from. Scroll revenue, the bulk of their income is room revenue. It's at $62.48 million. So their core business didn't change much since last year. Here's where things get a little more interesting. Their net income or overall profit is $1.5 million. Last year they had a loss of $5.5 million. That's a pretty big swing, but let's understand why. A big factor in this swing is the gain on the sale of hotel properties, which is $7 on one hotel sales. This shows that selling hotels significantly boosted their income this quarter. So it shows that selling hotels significantly boosted their income this quarter. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Interest expense, which is what they pay on their debts, is still high at $69 million. It was $7,003 million last year. Even though it's slightly lower, it's still a significant chunk of their earnings. Their loss per common share is also worth noting. It's a loss of $0.01. So while the company is making money, it is not translating to shareholder income. Speaking of debt, their balance sheet shows mortgage debt net at $441 thou from $157, $2 million at the end of last year. However, they also have a revolving credit facility that's at $100 million. It was $110 million last year. They're paying off some debt, but still relying on credit. Plus, there's an unsecured term loan at almost $140 million, pretty much the same as last year. That's a lot of debt payments they need to cover. The report also mentions the weighted average number of common shares outstanding, which is around 48.9 million. This number is important for calculating earnings per share, which we just talked about. Looking at their cash flow statement, the net cash from operating activities is $4.2 million. Last year, it was $6.9 million. So despite the net income turning positive, their cash flow from core operations is down. Their net cash provided by investing activities is $22.80 due to them selling hotels. This is a bump from $6.3 million last year. For financing, they are using $31.6 million, mostly for debt repayments. Okay, switching gears. Let's briefly look at commitments and contingencies. This is where companies talk about potential legal or financial risks. They mention being subject to claims and lawsuits. While the amount of these liabilities can't be determined, they don't expect it to be a huge problem. Now let's talk about something a bit controversial. Related Party Transactions' Jeffrey Fisher, who is both the chairman, president, and CEO, owns Island Hospitality Management, which manages all of Chatham's hotels. This means Chatham is paying management fees to a company owned by its own CEO. For the first 3 months of both 2025 and 2024, these fees were around 2.3 per night on related party transactions, as they can sometimes raise questions about conflicts of interest, but are not in and of themselves bad. The report also touches on segment information, stating that Chatham's hotels are evaluated as one single reportable segment, meaning there is no breakdown on different hotel types. Their financial reports only talk about net income, the financial officers and their metrics, and it shows that hotels are seen and managed holistically, and does not provide specifics. Finally, we have the section about subsequent events. After the quarter closed, on April 22, 2025, they sold another hotel in Houston for $23.5 million. This means that Q2 for 2025 will likely be positive due to the same factors as Q1, although the income will most likely be lower due to the lack of properties. So, what's the story here? Chatham Lodging Trust had a mixed quarter. They boosted their income by selling hotels and reduced debt, but their cash flow from operations is down and they're still carrying a significant amount of debt. Plus, the related party transactions are something to watch. Looking at these results, here is my opinion strengths. Chatham's management is actively managing its assets by selling hotels at a profit, which helps reduce debt and can boost short-term income. Plus, the hotel industry is recovering after the pandemic, which is good for all hotel companies. RTN weaknesses, their reliance on debt is something to keep an eye on. High interest payments can eat into profits and make them vulnerable if the economy slows down. And their dependence on income through hotel property sales is not a sustainable business model. They may be better off selling their assets and giving the cash to the shareholders to extract maximum value. Overall, Chatham's future depends on how they manage their debt and adapt to changing market conditions. Alright, that's our breakdown of Chatham Lodging Trust's latest filing. What do you think about their strategy and the risks they face? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Also, we have a Discord community, so check the description for more information. Thanks for watching and see you next time.